No, it's not that good, okay? You're going to be a guest co-host, and we're going to have a guest.
Woohoo!
Yes.
All right, here we go.
The Lunsby Show with
T-Bone.
And chick fruit.
Let's God bless. All these years, just get it right one time.
What do you want from me?
40 years they've been trying. You couldn't fire somebody if they were horrible, doing a terrible job for the veterans. And now you can say, you're fired.
Okay. No one listens to radio.
And now for a quick disclaimer.
The Lunsby Show with
T-Bone
And chick fruit.
is brought to you by nobody. We have no sponsors.
The show is still rated G.
For Gloria.
I'm gonna be the first one to admit I am out of practice. I took a little bit of a vacation, and I banked an episode before I went on vacation. So it's been a couple of weeks since I had to find the button, and as you could tell, I couldn't find the button.
I saw you were struggling there, and at first I thought it was me because, I'm always a problem.
Yes, well, I mean...
But it wasn't me.
Anybody that's in the studio is going to be the problem. I'm always going to blame them and then eventually realize it's me and go, oh, sorry, that was me. But the benefit is you don't get to hear some of the language that I use when I am troubleshooting, because I may let a few fly. Hello, ladies.
I could see the lips moving.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, T-Bone, from the Lunsby Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Let me tell you what's going on here. Today, we have a special guest co-host. And when I say special, I mean of the special variety. She's special. We like her. We call on her on occasion. She fills in whenever me and Chick Brew can't get our schedule straight. Chick Brew lives in southern Spain. I live in central Pennsylvania. That time difference often creates issues, and we couldn't get it squared away. We couldn't get it right, and I got a lot of things going on this weekend, and I got to get some information out there, and we don't normally have guests on the show, but today we are expecting to have a guest on the show, so that's going to be fun. You are making so many happy animations.
I know, if people could see me, if this was recorded, they'd be like, oh, she's definitely special. Look at her move.
Well, I am recording the video.
Oh!
I mean, because you look like you're dressed for a recorded video.
Oh, I'm in a tank top. It's hot.
Yes, so my microphone is turned way down, my gain is turned way up, and I am shouting into the microphone so that I can be heard, because the producer insists that I leave the AC on because it's so hot out. Normally, I just turn the AC off for an hour, and somehow she survives. But no longer is she surviving with the AC off, because it's too hot. It's too hot.
Women.
Can't live with them. Can't kill them. You are eating.
Yes, sir.
You knew we were doing this at 6, and you decided to start eating at 6.
Yes, sir. I got home and I was like, I got plenty of time to make dinner. And then I ran out, turned on the water into my garden, and then I started checking my garden. And then I was like, we're going to get dinner. I know.
Just easily distracted.
It's very good. I squirrel a lot.
You do.
I do.
Yes, which makes it fun. And I've told listeners about this. You wouldn't know because you somewhere along the line stopped listening to the show. But I will talk about you often. And if you look in the magic mirror and you see TuBuar's name mentioned, that means I talked about you.
Ooh.
And one of the things I have told the listeners that I love doing with you, and I only do with you, is just walking out in the middle of a conversation.
So I was just about to say, I squirrel, but you just straight up leave. Like all the time.
I wait for you to take a breath, but there's no getting a word in edgewise. You are the classic motor mouth. You just go on and 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 on. And I am an attentive listener, but you have me for a very short period of time. And when you take a breath, I just nod and leave.
T-Bone, that's not true. Sometimes I'm in mid-breath or I'm in mid-conversation and you literally turn around and just walk off.
I do not do that with anybody but you, but it tickles me every time it happens because I have visual clues. I'm turning towards the door. I'm giving you indications that, okay, my attention span is over, but it doesn't stop you. You are oblivious to my cues.
I even have yelled at you. Okay, well, bye then.
And I laugh. It's and it's obviously something. Here's the truth. Oh God, I'm gonna hate mentioning this.
Oh.
I like you. I think you're cool, and I only do this because of that. If I didn't like you, I would avoid you. I would go out of my way to avoid you, especially after the first time I was held hostage by your conversation. When you hold me hostage once, shame on me. Hold me hostage twice, but I enjoy you. I like you, so I let you do your little rant and whatever it is you're going to do and get it out of your system. But at some point, I just leave and you shout out to me. That's funny.
It's not at some point. It's every time you do your inspection of my office, you leave.
I'm not inspecting your office. I am and I've explained this to you and the other fortunate few who get to see me on the daily. I stop in. I say good morning. I am there but to exchange pleasantries and no more. Right? We keep it professional. We're in the office. Hey, good morning. How are you? And if you're good, you say good morning and have a great day. And then we go our ways. Or a very small conversation, light, fluffy, nothing too serious, unless I look upon you and you're in need of serious conversation. Like you are distraught. Something is going on. We need to talk. I do that. I am not a trained mental health specialist, but I have been dealing with people with mental illness for a long, long time. And if I see someone who's showing signs that maybe they need a talking to, I'll avail myself. I'll offer to talk to them if there's something I see going on. And most people won't take me up on it because nobody takes Tony seriously. Look, I'm an actual life coach. I paid for nothing on the internet and got a certificate that says I can coach life. I got that. Life coach T-Bone.
What about the times that I walked out there? I got one time I walked out to your desk and there was a gentleman sitting there talking to you and I was like, and then the gentleman sat there and he was talking. I was like, and who are you? And he's like, well, if you would listen to the show more and you'd listen to it on a regular basis and you'd be listening to it in your car and this and that. And I was like, geez, who is this guy? He's so mean.
Yeah.
And he was like,
but you know what else he is? He's a faithful listener. That's what he is. He not only listens to the show on the regular, he makes his family listen to the show and he tunes into the Warno and he tunes into the supplemental. He is there for all of the Lunsby Show products. And he's even tried to get a picture in front of the billboard, I think.
He is a faithful listener.
He's a great guy. And those are the kind of people I do the show for. Not fair weather fans like you. Not somebody that only listens when their episode is on. Yeah, I don't even want... I am aware. We are a weekly show. And if you got time in the week, you listen to us. And if not, there's always next week. I get it. We do not require faithfulness. But, when you're a part of the show and you're not listening to the show, I got to tell you, there was a little trepidation in inviting you back to co-host.
I'm so sorry. I had to dust off my podcast equipment.
Yes. You live like you're in a house from Scooby-Doo that's got all the furniture's covered with sheets and cobwebs.
Now, yeah. Yeah, I actually, just so you know, my house is up for sale. So if anybody would like to live in the Widow in the Woods house, it is for sale.
Yes. How many square feet are we talking?
4,980.
It's a big old house for a little old lady.
It is.
Yeah. How much property are we talking?
16 acres.
All right. And the line that's going to make most of our listeners go, no, thank you. But, we'll put it out there because, you never know. You never know. On a random billboard sighting, someone listens to the show. They got some money to burn through. What's the asking price?
It is. I will tell you, you can get it for slightly under $1 million.
Slightly under $1 million with the family and friends discount. Just mention the Lunsby Show at signing.
Yes, actually, yes. I can. And if you do it that way, we can use my attorney, and the price would drop even more then.
I wish Safety Michelle had the opportunity.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. But instead, they've already made arrangements in a fixer-upper. But, she's hardcore. She doesn't need a fixer-upper. She needs a big old gigantic, how many bedrooms?
1, 2, 3, then this, so 4.
And this, so that's a great Mitch Hedberg joke. He says, my house has 3 bedrooms in it, but I think it's up to me how many bedrooms there are. This bedroom has a stove in it.
Well, this room that I'm in right here, I call it my office yoga meditation room.
Yes, not your podcast studio.
No,
right.
No, where I do my podcast. And this room alone is about 460 square feet.
Yeah, that's a California apartment right there.
It's really
that's the
big.
size of a tiny home.
Right,
that one
right.
room. And
I
I've seen
think
your
it could be
kitchen.
used.
I've seen your kitchen. It looks absolutely amazing. Kitchen envy. I have a lot of kitchen envy. When I bought this house, I had 3 requirements. It needed to have a fence. It needed to have a big yard for my boy. It needed to have a good kitchen I could cook in. And it needed to impress my mother-in-law. Those were my 3 requirements. And the only one I bent on a little bit was the kitchen. But the rest of the house is absolutely amazing. So I'm willing to. It's just like a relationship. If other things are great, you're okay with some things being not so great.
Right. You compromise. But this is a custom build, so there are some things in it that are unique to me.
Okay.
We have a movie theater in the basement.
Of course you do.
That Tool put together. I have a little gym workout area and some, I have what do you call it? The sauna. I have a sauna there, but that's going with me.
Of course.
I like my red sauna. And then I have a bathroom in the basement as well. And the best part about that bathroom, Marilyn Monroe is in there.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. She's going with me too, though.
Oh, well, then not so interesting.
Yeah. Oh, she fits in there very well. I saw her painting and I was just like, I have to have her.
There was a restaurant in Swansboro, North Carolina that has a life-size mannequin of Marilyn Monroe in the ladies' room and a life-size mannequin of Elvis Presley in the men's room. So
interesting.
Yeah, it's just they were collectors of music and makers of food, and they were fun to be around. I can't remember the name of that restaurant, but I bet you Mike Shirley could remember it because it's right there on Water Street there in Swansboro, North Carolina. He's probably eaten there many a time. He recently reported to me that my favorite Mexican restaurant in the Camp Lejeune area has since burned down. This made me sad.
Oh,
but I don't want to.
Sorry.
I mean, I'm not really that attached to my favorite Mexican restaurant in the Camp Lejeune area. I was just making I have so much stuff that I want to talk about. I don't know how much of it I should share with you. Such a fair weather friend.
That's fair.
I want to hear about your most recent, if not your first, experience at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone when you and Tool went to see Big J Oakerson.
Yes. So it was my first visit to the Harrisburg Comedy Club. You keep inviting all of us out, and we don't go. And then family brought up the discussion of this Big J Oakerson guy, and I bought tickets for everyone. So my family and I went. It was my cousin, his girlfriend, his daughter, and her husband, and then Tool and I. And for some reason, Tool decided he was going to wear a cowboy hat, and I bought VIP seats. So our seats were literally there's seats around the stage, and then we were the next table. So ultimately, it turned out to be fun. It was a good experience. Never been there. It was interesting to find this place. It was like a restaurant in the front, bar, billiards in the middle.
Boomerangs Hotel, Sports Lodge, Casino, Resort, and haberdashery. We've covered it all the time. If you listen to the show, you know that Boomerangs is a giant complex, and the hotel is attached to it. And,
it is?
And the skill machines, and the poker room, and all of that is attached. And they have a comedy club inside. It's a huge facility.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, we went. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. The Mr. J Oakerson, he zoomed in, focused in on Tool.
Because?
Because there was a gentleman who was a Marine, and he was like, hey, go Marines, you're better than those Navy or made some kind of comment. And our whole table was like, boo, Navy. And he's like, obviously, we have Navy folks over here. Who over here is Navy? And my cousin's daughter, Chels, she looked over and pointed to Tool, and he's like, of course, the man in the cowboy hat. And then that's where it just went. Navy with the cowboy hat, with this, with that.
Did
Then
he tip the hat like a cowboy would?
He did, actually. Oh my gosh, he did. Later the night, he tipped the hat to him. It was hilarious. So this gentleman, he does what they call crowdsourcing or crowd work or something like that.
Yes, it's called crowd work. But crowdsourcing is funnier.
Okay, so I have never really experienced that. And basically, he went around to a couple people. He had some main focus people.
Yeah, hey, what's your name? What do you do for a living?
Yeah. Yeah. And so he focused on Tool a lot. And I was like, okay, there's other people in the crowd. Let's pull it away from us. Now he's busted on me too at the same time. Because at one point, the guy's eyes, Oakerson's eyes got big and he goes, oh my God, he's Asian. And I was like, he's a Navy cowboy Asian? And I was like, oh no. And he's like, so I'm assuming this is your wife? And we were like, I said no and he said yes. And he's like, what is it? And I was like, maybe? And then he's like, is it because it's small?
It's common law, madam.
Yeah. So he kept going. And then Chels, being the sweet, wonderful woman she is, halfway through, she says, oh, and he works at a farm. And I was like, shh, Chels, no. And I elbowed her right in time for Jay Oakerson to see me elbow her. And Chels fall to the side and she's like, I just got elbowed really hard by her. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. He's like, obviously this is embarrassing for her.
If you work on a farm, the cowboy hat makes sense. I was going to ask you why a cowboy hat, but working on a farm, cowboy hat makes sense.
So can we expand on the hat thing here for a minute?
Hold on, because if you want to expand on the hat, I got to get this out right now.
Okay.
Was it a normal cowboy hat, or
Yes.
was it a 10-gallon big hoss? Oh my God. That vision makes me laugh so hard inside.
No, it was a normal cowboy hat. He actually spent money and got a Stetson.
Okay. Yeah.
Really good Stetson. It looks almost like, I don't even know. It's not.
It's a cowboy hat.
Yes.
Made by Stetson. You need to say no more. That's like saying it's a Bentley made by Rolls-Royce. Yeah, we got it.
Okay, so, originally what he wanted to do was he was in the house. We were all at his house, getting ready for the show, eating dinner, having some drinks. I was DD, by the way. I don't believe in drinking and driving. Listen, follow my rules. So he's in the house and he comes down to my family. And I don't know if I ever told you this. He bought a conical hat. And he comes down to my family and says,
I don't know what a conical is.
A conical hat is this hat that looks like this.
Uh-huh.
And they wear it in rice fields in Vietnam.
Okay. That description helps. Your visual would not help the listeners, but rice hat in Vietnam, they'll get.
I keep forgetting. So yeah, it's a hat you would often see in the Vietnam rice fields.
Yes. And it's conical. We get it.
Yes. And so he puts it on.
They're very good for ventilation. You get a lot of air underneath them.
And they shave very well. Mm-hmm. So he comes down and he tells my family that's what he's wearing. And they're all for it. And I'm like, no. When he bought the hat, he was so excited. The first day he put it on, I was like, babe, you can't wear that. That's racist. He's like, I'm Asian. I was like, it doesn't matter. That's racist. You can't wear that.
Yes, he can. And yes, it is. And he's a different flavor Asian. So that doesn't count.
Yeah. True. So I'm just glad he did not wear that hat to the show. But
the reaction would have been the same. You would have gotten just as much attention as you got with the cowboy hat. And there's somebody that asked me, they know Big J. And they said, well, how was the show? I said, I didn't go. And they said, is he still just doing crowd work? And I was like, I don't know. I didn't go. Why didn't you go? I know that's pretty much all he does. So did he say any jokes that weren't about people in the audience that stood out to you that you remember?
Yeah, he actually starts off, like his introduction is introducing himself and just saying some kind of normal jokes about life and how things render for him and everything and how he got to where he was. And then
he runs out of material and starts talking to the audience.
Yes. Yeah, and then he kind of segues. He segues his jokes into the audience, if that makes sense.
Oh, it makes sense.
Nicely done.
And you had a good time, but you spent a lot of money. You bought tickets for everybody. Big balling.
Oh, well, no. I mean, they paid me back, of course.
Oh.
I'm not Not that nice. Please. I will tell you, at the end of the show, though, Tool had to go to the restroom. I was like, babe, you better go now. Lines get long. So he runs out ahead of all of us, and we were slowly piling out. We took our time. And then there were two sets of bathrooms. So we were at the one. He went to the restroom right near the comedy, and then everybody else was going around to avoid the lines. And I'm like, I don't know where Tool is. And all of a sudden, we just hear eruption laughter in the men's bathroom. Hey, it's the Asian cowboy. I want your picture, man. Let's do a selfie. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then you hear his laugh because Tool has a very distinct, deep white man laugh.
Oh,
and you're
I like it.
You're like, okay. So we sat there for 20 to 30 minutes after the show so people could talk to him and take pictures with him.
That's great. I'm glad you guys had a great time. Maybe you could come back.
Yeah, we would love to. Well, listen, here was the scary thing. My cousin, quick story. My cousin is a widow as well. I don't know if you knew that. His wife passed away in 2024. He is now dating a woman who is also a widow. Her husband passed away in 25, right? And of course, mine passed 5 years ago. So we were all sitting there and they were talking about, hey, what should we wear to the show? And my cousin
said, our morning dresses?
Well, he said, I'm going to get us shirts that say Incinerators Club. And I was like, what? Because I was like, did we all cremate our spouses? And we all did. And then they were going to get Tool one that said Incinerator Prospect.
That is priceless. Please take these people, go on vacation, go on a cruise, wear those shirts. You will get so much love. That is such I love that. I love that. Okay, let me clarify. How horrible. I'm so sad for all of the bad that happened. But, that's very funny. That's very funny.
I thought it was funny, too. I think we're at the stage now where we're past the morning and we can laugh now about little jokes like that. So that's good. Question for you.
Yes.
Do you get on the Instagram?
I am on Instagram.
Do you get addicted to those reels?
I do not get addicted to reels. I know how to get through them. I know how to swipe and move along.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there a particular reel that's inspiring you as of late?
Yes. So there's two. I used to be addicted to the dogs, but now there's this cockatoo, and it makes me want a cockatoo. But then I found out how long they live, and I'm like, nope,
they definitely outlive you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a cockatoo named Jackson, and he's hilarious. And then during the school year, there's this library, the curly-haired librarian. And if anybody knows me, I'm a nerd. I love to read, and I always secretly, when I retire, I want to volunteer as a librarian at a library if they're still around. So
they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. They're just a place for homeless people to hang out. There is nothing in a library that you can't get online now. As a matter of fact, online you can get more things than you can get in a library.
Yeah, true. But here's the thing. I like having the book in my hand.
Yes.
I like feeling the book, reading the book. I like the environment. My eyes are so bad I can't read off of a screen now. I just can't do it.
You can make the font bigger.
Yes. But again, I'd rather have the book.
Okay.
But this librarian, she's in a school and she does like what librarians do. Like you get to see the inside of the school and she's checking in books and has students helping her and she's hilarious. And it's so funny. And I am addicted to watching her every day. When she was, they're on summer break, so I don't get to watch her right now. I was hoping she'd come out with some summer content so I could watch her. But this chick, she's adorable as all get out. But her little librarian thing's got me addicted. Maynard's like, are you watching that curly-haired librarian again? He has her down just by the sound of her voice when I'm watching her reels.
I let the algorithms do the algorithm things. There's one right now that I'm getting in my feed quite a bit. A guy named Jose Monkey.
Jose Monkey?
Jose Monkey. You stand out in the middle of nowhere. You do a 360 degree with your camera and say, "Find me, Jose Monkey." And this guy has the abilities to find you anywhere in the world. He's really good at it. And now that I've said that, and now that you've heard it, you'll be getting Jose Monkey. Before I get into the craziness that existed today, there's another one that makes me jelly because why didn't I get this job? The moniker for the man is "Tell Your Dog I Said Hi." And every day he comes out with like 5 dogs that are absolutely adorable and doing something cool every day. And the thing is, Tell Your Dog I Said Hi is a charity organization. They raise a bunch of money to help sick dogs. And I could have done that. Why didn't somebody ask me? I like dogs. I like helping people. And I could definitely do daily content. I'm very jealous of him, but he keeps coming into my feed. The strangest things come into my feed. There's this AI fitness model that is absolutely 100% fake, but God bless America, is she hot, man. She's got the platinum blonde, super thick, braided like a Viking woman, and just muscles, and she's 100% fake.
Oh man!
Today,
right when you think she's doable, she's AI.
Still doable in the brain. Today, this is how you just have to be careful of everything. The PAO, you know her name, Amber.
Yes. I like her a lot.
I don't really talk to her very much. We have no friends.
Right.
We have no mutual friends. But today, she was in my presence for a period of time.
Yes, I understand why.
And we didn't talk a lot.
Okay.
But Facebook brought her up as a suggested friend.
Oh.
We didn't talk about Facebook. She never said her name out loud.
Oh.
I never said her name. There was no reason in the world why my phone, when I scrolled up, had her name and her profile as a suggested friend. That
Interesting.
is the creepiest of creepy. Her mere presence near me. Maybe she had her phone in her pocket.
Yeah.
Maybe her phone was like, hey, anybody out there want to be my friend? And my phone's like, we take anybody. We take them all. Bring it on. I don't know. Because our day was so busy, I didn't have time later to tell her what had occurred. So what I will do instead...
So, speaking of today and the busyness...
Yes?
Were you aware as of yesterday and Monday as to what was going to happen today?
I am always aware of all of the things that are happening.
Somebody could have given good old TuBuars a head up of, hey, why don't you dress appropriately on
we
Tuesday,
like
Wednesday, Thursday?
We like it when you dress like a Mennonite. It's
That's what I look like today.
It's the
My
apron.
headband.
It's the apron that really brings it home.
I did not wear an apron today. I did not wear the long dress.
But you still.
But I was so mad because one, I wanted to meet him in person and I wanted to see him. But two, I was not dressed appropriately to meet this individual in person. And so I had to hide in my office all day.
Well, you didn't have to. He was only here for a short period of time before he disappeared.
Well,
yeah. So you chose to hide in your office all day.
Right, because, I mean, they were scrutinized military. I did not want to be the civilian that got scrutinized for what she was wearing.
His visit came to almost all of us as a surprise. The boss himself only found out late yesterday afternoon, and then I met up with his protection detail, and we coordinated some things. But I mean, I was out of there. All of my coordination was done, and then they started calling me up this morning, letting me know how things were going. Then we got him on, did the things, and got him out.
Yeah.
Good times.
I mean, we've had a fun week this week at work. We had Skillman yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had this gentleman today. And I was
Yes.
like, so I'm not going to lie. I snuck outside to look at his vehicles. I wanted to see what he came in. I was like, yep, 3 black SUVs. And there it
3
is.
black SUVs, absolutely.
Wow.
Apparently,
So
there's flooding going on in Texas. And I didn't know about it. And I guess I need to be paying attention to that because one of my brothers lives down there. And
we better fly down there quickly. It's flooding in Texas.
What am I going to do? I'm not going to do nothing. I send thoughts and prayers. That's what I do.
That's nice of you.
It's all my thoughts and all of my prayers because I'm not bagging no sandbags for you.
I'll send a raft.
We definitely wanted to talk about Big J, but I also wanted to talk about my friend Mike O'Donnell, who was the other comedian that was there.
Oh, he was good. So all of us liked him. Well, I there was a part where he was talking and I was not. I was like, comedians say stuff like, I have a thing about drinking and driving. I have a sister that passed away from a drunk driving accident, so I take it a little.
Yes.
And he was talking about, that guy was funny as all.
Yes.
We were laughing. He's good. He's really, really good.
He's very good.
Yes. And we were trying to figure out, we couldn't hear if I don't remember him saying if he was local or not.
Yes, Mike O'Donnell is a local comedian who can spread his wings at any point, but he's very funny, and he has a lot of experience in making people laugh, and he is going to be happy to hear that he also did well, and he always does well. So I'm glad you guys got a kick out of him. And I think I know the drunk driving jokes that he does, and I
It was a funny drunk driving joke. He was talking. Excuse me, I'm sorry. He was talking about how the rumble strip. The one part, this part I laughed at. He said that when you're so drunk and that you can go to the rumble strip and get to the beat of the music. And he was like, he was going to the rumble strips to the beat of Metallica's One. Bing, bing. That was funny.
It is funny, but I want to say to you, because especially in a world where everyone is offended by something, you have a real life traumatic experience that you suffered through, and you don't take drinking and driving as a joke, but at the same time, you're able to understand that comedy is comedy. It's subjective.
Right.
And he didn't know your sister or your events, and you didn't lose your mind in the. We see it all the time. People lose their mind. They get up, they scream, they storm out, then they come back later and make a bigger scene because someone says a joke that they had no idea would trigger all of the kind of reactions. So you are the perfect comedy club customer that we want. We want you there. We want your money. We want you to eat our food, drink our alcohol. We want you to keep coming back.
Mike O'Donnell, that was
Mike O'Donnell, that is correct.
I'll have to let Brock know, because the gentleman, Chelsea's husband, Brock, was with us, and he was laughing his off at him. And he thought, and he was funny, and honestly, people, if you're going to a comedy club and you're going to get offended at jokes, don't even waste your money then. Just stay home.
It happens, and people are drinking and something that they may have been able to deal with earlier, then it becomes a really, it's crazy. I've been in and out of comedy clubs for 40 years, and it's amazing to see what some people will just lose it over. And at the same time, it's kind of funny because after it's all said and done, we laugh about that person. We make fun of them. All right.
He was good. So I will definitely share his. And if he comes back, you need to let us know, because we will go see him again. He was a hoot.
Mike O'Donnell is at this comedy club every week.
Oh, he's like a regular there as well.
Yeah, he is there almost every Tuesday. He's there almost every Thursday. These are the open mics that I talk about often. He's a regular scheduled host of shows. So he hosts shows, and we do we're doing the competition this week, and we'll talk about that later. But he's one of what are called the Four Horsemen. Basically, these are four guys that when the club was struggling, they came together. They made the club strong. They're called the Four Horsemen of the Harrisburg Comedy Zone, and they have done 2, 3, maybe they're working on their fourth Horseman show, where it's just these four guys, Manny Santiago, Andrew Glessner, Mike O'Donnell, and Damian Robinson, who do comedy. And it's you gotta come out more. You gotta get out.
I'm thinking we might have to come out on a Thursday night. And Tuesdays are a little early in the week for me. I like to be in bed by 8.
Tuesdays, I call it a local mic. It's basically more seasoned local comics doing longer sets in front of smaller audiences. On Thursday, it's a traditional open mic. You can have as many as 35 comedians. They're all doing usually about 3 minutes apiece, and it's a marathon. You're in for the long haul. There's going to be someone who's going to make you laugh, and there's going to be a lot of people who make you go, but that's Thursday night. And then this weekend is going to be a great weekend. We'll talk. I'm going to push that to later.
Get your laugh on and save a life. The Harrisburg Comedy Zone, in partnership with the Central Pennsylvania Blood Bank, offer 2 free passes for every single pint of blood donated. Quick clarification, it must be your blood. 1 pint, 2 free passes. That's almost the junkie rate for a plasma donation. Did you know a single pint of blood can save as many as 3 lives? Did you know the Harrisburg Comedy Zone features amazing talent from all over the country every single weekend? Did you also know that blood expires and the Central Pennsylvania Blood Bank is in regular need of donations? For more information on how you could save a life and have a laugh, visit cpbb.org and harrisburgcomedyzone.com. That's one word, harrisburgcomedyzone.com.
I guess Dujuan is not going to make it. I sent him the same link I sent you and said, you're going to need this to get into the show.
Who is Dujuan? Come on, Dujuan, where are you?
Dujuan is a local independent filmmaker, but he's also got the comedy bone. Oh, I've been doing movies since we last talked, right?
And I want to be part of that too. Like, I can be a co-host on a movie.
Well, the next time independent award-winning filmmaker Hal Kramer comes up with a movie idea and he needs an old Amish woman, I'll be sure to refer you.
Old Amish.
Or Korean cowboy. If any of those roles come up, I know exactly who I'm going to go to.
You know, the Korean cowboy always is going to win.
Have you heard the new music I've been making? Oh, you're such a disappointment. I want you to know before I play this, I made this.
Everything, 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 everything.
The book of everything.
One of everything.
One of everything.
One of everything.
The book of everything.
One of everything. The book of everything.
It's a whole song. That's just the clip I used to intro this segment. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, here we go with the Book of Everything. Every week we go into the Book of Everything and we try to find a strange, unusual, or interesting fact. We share it with you and then challenge you, the listener, to try and find a way to use this fact in your week. Here we go. Some species of scorpion survive on one meal a year. Reiterating, some species of scorpion survive on one meal a year. And that is this week's fact from the Book of Everything.
I would like to announce that I am a scorpion and I would like to survive on one meal a year. I'd probably look pretty darn good.
You would be dead. That's how that works. It's time to talk about cooking.
And tonight prove one thing. You know all.
Normally, this is where Chick Brew, who is a no-kidding chef, gets to tell us about fun and exciting food adventures that she's going through. And then I respond in kind with my boring, sub-boring food adventures. But since I have you as a guest host and you eat food, what is the most interesting thing that you've made recently?
So let me announce that the love is currently in my life. He calls himself not only tool, Korean cowboy, but also an artisan.
Oh,
he now believes,
my.
Yes. Oh, yes. He walks around the house saying, don't mess with the artisan's cooking technique or the artisan's work. Let the artisan do what he's got to do. I think I'm going to have him on as
the next co-host.
You should. And then he yells at me, sous chef, chop this, do this. He had, so this weekend before we went to the comedy club, he made sweet potato chicken nachos. You're like, ew, what? No. And then he also made, apparently there's this club in Maryland in Ocean City called Secrets, and it's a bar that you can swim up to and all, or float in, I don't know.
It's a gay club.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have some kind of crab imperial pizza.
Uh-huh.
And he made it this weekend.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of seafood pizza, but let's get back to the gay swimming bar club.
The gay, I think it's heterosexual club, or maybe everything. I don't know.
What did you call it? Whispers?
It was called Secrets.
Secrets. Yeah, there's everything gay about that. And we have talked about this many times. I've always questioned why they name gay clubs the way they name them. Karma, Whispers, Secrets. There's a lot of really suggestive names out there that are gay clubs.
I don't think it's a gay club. Like tons of people are there floating and drinking.
It's called Secrets.
Ain't
nothing secret in a pool.
It was a popular. Tool did his college years down in Ocean City, Maryland.
Yeah.
I was a good college student, good grades. He was out partying, living that life. But apparently they have crab imperial pizza there, and he made that.
So let's get back to the sweet potato nacho.
Ooh, those were good.
They were good.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So we slice the sweet potato very thin in the circular motion.
Uh-huh.
And then you bake those in the oven till they're like chip type. And then you also then cook the chicken with some seasoning. And you put the sweet potatoes on with chicken, with black beans, onions, jalapenos, peppers, garlic, a ton of stuff. And then at the end when he presents it, he puts avocado, and sour cream on top.
Wow. He
And
really
you can
is.
really taste the sweet potato, and you can it was good.
He really is an artisan. I like that about him. I like more and more things about him because, and you may not know this, you probably don't know this, we had a very professional relationship with him while he was active duty.
Yes.
I was there to do my job. He was there to do his job. We didn't horse around. We didn't goofy. We didn't go drinking afterwards, but I kind of wish I would have because every time you tell me more and more things about the guy, I love this guy.
Right.
And calling you sous chef and demanding you bring him things, there's a lot of points right there. The cowboy hat, embracing, just he's cool, dude. And he got you all of this podcast equipment that I basically have to beg you to use.
Oh, I was going to strangle you the other day when I said, hey, don't say anything about the podcast. And then he walks in and he's like, and you've got all this fancy podcast equipment. And he just looked right at me and I was like,
Yes. And within a couple of days of that conversation, here you are using it.
Yes.
You pulled the sheets off and you dusted and removed all the cobwebs, and here you are. Another thing that we've been doing that I have not yet come up with a good music track for is a thing called the Question of the Week.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And you don't participate much in Question of the Week.
I'm never online. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. Never online until you are. The Question of the Week was, and it's 2 weeks old, so no one had no excuses to not getting their answers in, even though we know we have the worst participation of any listener base ever. We asked this question. You are invited to a potluck. Now, don't give me your answer yet. Let me get through the listeners' answers, and then we'll get your answer. Okay. You are going to a potluck. What do you bring? Both of our Damians answered this week, so that was pretty cool. Damianopolis says Korean barbecue crock pot meatballs.
Ooh, yum.
He had me at Korean. All of the other words were just more better.
I love me some Korean.
He also says, I get those pre-made phyllo cups, fill them with a mixture of diced green apples, bacon, onion, jam, and blue cheese, and bake them for 10 to 15 minutes.
Ooh, he's an artisan. Hello, Damien.
He is an artisan attemptee. That's Damianopolis. The other Damien, because I loved his answer, we're going to get that even though it's way down. He says it depends on the venue. Yes, pulling up to it, if it's a black celebration, I find out what is needed and plan accordingly. And if it's a white venue, I bring some seasoning to sprinkle on my plate.
Oh, no.
Mike of Mike and Shirley fame says, always popular Shirley's world-famous potato salad. Heavy on the mustard, please.
I love how he always is so supportive of Shirley. They're so cute.
They are so cute. They're such an adorable couple. Jessica, she says pasta salad. James goes with ambrosia. Karen K, a very funny lady, says black bean and corn salad or Mediterranean chickpea salad or loaded broccoli salad. Because, one answer is just too hard to do. And the patriarch of the Taney family said he brings pot.
Pot?
Yeah.
The cop brings pot?
No. His father. Old man Mr. Taney, he brings pot to the cookout or the potluck. That's funny. Now, the question is, TuBuars, you've been invited to a cookout, a potluck. What do you bring?
I call the host and say, hey, how many people are you expecting? 15, 20 people? Great. I then hit up the local catering company and I pick up catering food and I bring it in. I say, what do you think you're going to need? I'll do it that way.
I think you're missing the important part of the adventure that is a potluck. See, the word luck is in next to pot, right? So you bring in a pot and hope you get lucky that someone brought something that you want to eat. You would be lucky with a pot of food like that. Not this, I'm too smart for that. I will go to a catering and find out the number of people who need to be served and the required servings of the dish the host prefers. Well, she could have just done that herself, assuming the host is a female.
I actually buy the catering. Then I don't have to make it.
What if you had to make something?
I would agree with the chickpea Mediterranean salad. I love like a good 5-bean Mediterranean salad. I would be all over that.
I'm interested. Now I'm interested in that. I want that. I've never had that. Never had a chickpea salad in a phyllo cup.
I make it at home.
Oh.
I make it at home to eat. So the next time I make it, it's a big summertime thing I make. I'll bring you in some.
No, you won't, because I don't eat other people's food.
You what?
I don't eat other people's food.
But you're talking about going to this potluck.
It's a make-believe potluck. It's not a real potluck.
Nabbit, the next time we have a potluck at work, I'm taking you a bunch of food to your desk.
Don't do that.
I'll put it in carry-out containers and be like, I just came back from Duke's and got you a meal.
So our friend Corey, she understands.
Mm-hmm.
She understands my issues, and one issue is I don't eat other people's food. And we would have a potluck, and everybody would bring out their crock pots, and you just know from the way people like. It's not like we work with disgusting people, but you know who the cat ladies are, okay?
Yes.
You know. Yeah, they got fur on their sweaters. You know that they're not cooking in a sanitary environment. That they're the kind of people who are tasting and putting the spoon back in, and they don't wash their hands. I can't do it. I got issues. I don't know if I've told you. I know I've told the audience on more than one occasion, but I know the exact moment that the switch flipped in my brain. As a younger man, I could eat anything. I had no fear. I say things like, I got a lead stomach. Nothing can make me sick. And I'd eat food off the floor. I ate everything. Then one day, we came back from a very, very long day. Let's just say that. It was a very, very long day, and me and my team come back from a very long day. And on my desk inside my office, there was M&Ms. There was M&Ms. That's all. You could just put your hand in there and grab some M&Ms. I had no fear. And my guys came in and they started grabbing M&Ms out of the bowl on my desk. And everything that we had done that day flashed through my brain. Everything we had done that day flashed through my brain. And that is the moment the switch flipped in my brain, and I can know. I was, we go hashing. I scream at people for putting their hands in the bags instead of pouring the chips into their hand. But once a person does that, hey, I got some potato chips, and they put their hand in there, and I'm like, oh, you can have all of them now, because I don't want any of them. I don't want a single one of them.
I can see you doing that too.
So I was talking about Corey. She needs money, potluck, going to get chicken wings from Central Market or whatever it's called. And I'm like, yeah. I will give you money on this one condition. I get first dibs. Before anybody else gets their hands in there, I will give you more than enough money if you'll just let me get a couple of them unadulterated. Just only adulterated by the staff. I can't think about that. If I start thinking about that, I'll never eat out again.
So you're the first dibber.
Yeah, if I got first dibs on some commercially prepared food, I can get away with that. But,
well, because one day she was walking down the hallway, so like a year ago, probably longer. She had food. I was like, "Ooh, is that for the potluck?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Ooh, what'd you get?" She's like, I gotta take it to someone first, and then you can have dibs." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Someone's got first dibs, so you're the first dibber."
I am the guy.
I can't wait to say something to her tomorrow.
No, I mean, it wasn't a secret. I thought, how cool of her to protect my identity as the first dipper.
That was funny.
It was so good. First of all, you never asked me what I was going to bring to a potluck.
Oh, so T-Bone, you're invited to a potluck. What do you bring or have your wife make?
Nope, I make it myself. I make black macaroni and cheese. Yes.
Black macaroni and cheese.
Oh, ye of little knowledge has no idea the difference. So you can go get you some Velveetas, or you can go get you some Martha Stewart's, or you can go. But if you're let into the club, even for a brief amount of time, and you get the recipe to black macaroni and cheese, well, you're bringing that, because it's macaroni and cheese, but everything is better. Okay, it's baked. And it's got the crusty sides, and it's spiced, and it's delicious, and it's impressive if a white man can make it. And I have been working on this recipe for many, many years, and the moment you ask me what I'm bringing to a potluck, I'm going to tell you. black macaroni and cheese.
Huh.
Unless,
I'll try it now.
unless it's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, I make a Korean fried chicken. Ooh. Oh yeah, because you got all the boilers that are out for making turkey. You have a big thing, and you're cooking turkeys in the peanut oil. Well, I just make up a bunch of Korean fried chicken, and when they take the turkey out, I use that oil to cook them all up, and then I dip them in the gochujang, and if you can stand it, woo, man, is this good chicken? I love. When I learned I could make Korean, I feel the same way about learning how to make black food or Korean food. When I learned I could make these foods, they're some of my favorite foods to prepare.
See, my thing is, I like just being invited to their house. I'm just like, you know what? Why even teach me? Just invite me over to eat dinner with you. Then, I get to hang out with you, get quality time, get some ethnic food, and learn about your culture, and then just immerse myself.
Nah, it's too much work. So one of my favorite Korean things to eat was gimbap. Because you could go in a 7-Eleven, and for less than $1, you could buy a roll of gimbap, and you just gnaw on that thing, and it was fantastic at cleaning out your system, and it's all vegetables. Maybe sometimes there's some meat in it. Who knows? It's just gimbap. And when I learned I could make gimbap at home, I got really good at it. And then I almost killed myself making gimbap because I was sweating carrots, and I thought I could wash the salt off with too much salt, and that's not true. That's not true. And I almost killed myself by over salting to death.
What? Over-salting to death.
Over-salting, yes. A sodium overdose. It's a thing. It's a thing.
He had high blood pressure, ladies and gentlemen, for 2 weeks straight.
You were charged with getting me 2 headlines.
I did.
I'm going to need them.
All right.
And now it is time for headlines from around the globe.
This is the thing. Every week I get 2 headlines from whoever is co-hosting. They do not brief me in advance. I have no idea what they are about. It is my duty. It is my responsibility to you, the listener, to mine this headline for some type of educational, informational, or entertainment value. I'm going to try to make something funny out of whatever she gives me. Let's see what she's got.
A slew of new Bigfoot sightings on screen and off Broadway.
Jeez. Every Bigfoot person sighting, every person who's ever sighted Bigfoot looks the exact same. They're all from Kentucky or West Virginia or up in the mountains where no other people live. They all look the same. And even these shows of Bigfoot hunters, you take one cast of ghost hunters and you intermingle them with the Bigfoot hunters. They're the same people. They're all the same crazy white people. They wear hats like ball caps and they husp and whispered tones, clips and whispered. I can't even think of words right now. But what you said when you read that headline is on screen and on Broadway. Now,
it's on screen and off Broadway.
Okay. Whereas I was getting crazy about, when I was starting to go off on a tangent there about crazy white people that all look the same, all act the same, all finding Bigfoot, but off Broadway? Now you have my interest, because I would love to see a Sasquatch in a Rockettes choir line. Da 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 da. I would love to see Bigfoot as the guy on the piano. Who am I thinking of? The Phantom. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun. Oh.
Yeah. That's basically what it is. It's Bigfoot is popping up everywhere in low-budget horror films, in festivals around the country, and even in critically acclaimed musicals, as for one on Broadway that has a Bigfoot that comes out and does the little pirouettes. And
I'm a little teapot, short head stout. Yeah. The company that makes the snacks that uses Bigfoot in all of their advertisements. Flapjacks, Hatjacks. It's some.
Oh yes, the beef jerky thing.
Some beef jerky thing they do. So I imagine this is probably a promotion for that. But yeah, give me more Bigfoot. Give me more fake Bigfoot doing entertaining things. Kind of like Geico did years ago with the caveman bit.
Yes.
And then they ruined the caveman bit because they became sensitive to the caveman's feelings. No one cares about the caveman's feelings, okay? We want to make fun of the caveman who's not real and doesn't exist.
Right.
Stop trying to
there's a caveman
put a
alive
personality.
Today, right. Just so you know, my daughter, my daughter will kill me. I'm not going to say her name, not going to disclose her location. She has a Bigfoot on her arse. She's got the state of Pennsylvania outlined and Bigfoot right in the middle of it.
A Bigfoot or that's
or Sasquatch. Maybe they're also called Sasquatches, I think.
Yes, that's why I used that interchangeably earlier, but not like a footprint.
No, it's the actual whole man.
Okay.
Body.
Okay.
Yes.
And
I jokingly said to her husband, when you've got her bent over and you're smacking does Sasquatch run across the state of Pennsylvania? And he's like, oh my God. And she's like, and this is my stepmother.
The thing is, if that was your biological daughter, I believe you would have said the same thing.
I would have, yes.
Extremely inappropriate. So inappropriate all the time. You make me laugh. Hey, do you have another headline for me?
I do. Decades ago, a Maryland sailor burned his winter socks. Now it's a spring tradition.
Yeah, we covered it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we covered it. It's Annapolis, and it's a...
Yes.
Yeah, we did this already.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I got another one then.
Oh, okay. Well,
you can cut that. United Airlines to Spain pulls U-turn, apparently over Bluetooth device name.
Yeah, we did that one too.
Holy, what are you guys doing? Copying off of hAwn.
No, we're not holding on. We're out of time. Dujuan never showed up, and we're out of time, and this was very fun. We did not come up with a new question of the week, but if I were to give you the opportunity to ask our listening audience a question, and put it out there well in advance for them to respond if they wanted to respond. By the way, people comment and message me all the time. They miss you. So don't leave us again.
Now that my stuff's dusted off, ladies and gentlemen, I will be here for you.
True story. Anyway, what would you want to ask the audience is a provocative question of the week?
If you were to take a low-budget vacation, where would it be?
Okay. There we go. That's what it'll be. Low budget vacation. All right. Yay.
I'm very interested to see what people say.
I am also.
In my head, I got ideas.
I can't wait to hear your ideas, but because you probably won't be hosting next time, you're going to have to submit the ideas like the rest of the normies.
Yes.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I met Chick Brew. She's so freaking tiny.
You're not too big yourself.
When you she's more petite than I am. When you brought her into the office, I was just so excited to squeeze her, and then I could not focus in the meeting because I was like, well, she's in the office somewhere. I should go shoot with her.
Yeah, you should have come to dinner with us.
Okay, and now my next question is, how many people who live in the local area know that there's more than one El Rodeo, and where's the one that they know located?
All of them know it, number one, because there's 9 El Rodeos in the area, 2 of them on the Carlisle Pike. 2, 9? I specifically told you which one. And you can deny it, and you can say, oh, I'm just a dumb blonde, but...
Oh, I wasn't a dumb blonde. I was a pissed off brunette is what I was.
So you missed out on a wonderful dinner at El Rodeo's, which was paid for by the show, so you could have eaten for free. How's that feel for a change, instead of paying? Anyway, I can't. I could just let this I could just end it abruptly.
You could just walk out on me like you normally do. That would be fitting.
But we're not going to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, thanks for listening. I remind you today as I remind you every day. Oh, hey, a special shout out to Jeff and Sean. I didn't get to talk about him this week, but I am going to talk about him next week when I do all my cruise talk with my actual host. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for listening. And I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you could be. And if you were a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. tomorrow.
And remember, you are love.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Thank you for listening to T-Bone and Chick Brew. If you enjoyed that show, you should check out the Darrell McClain Show, independent media that won't reinforce tribalism. We have one planet and nobody's leaving, so let's reason together. You can find the Darrell McClain Show at the same place you actually listen to this show. Give it a shot.